What's good, fearless friends? Kim Fleck here, and I'm here to provide some insight on current times and the notion of fear. I often use the phrase fearless friends in my intros on social media. My small business is named Brand Fearless, and its why, aka purpose, is based on my own personal purpose, which is everything we do with the idea of bringing good to the world. The importance of this lies in the name. I'm not saying to be fearless, as in the absence of fear, quite the opposite. What I am saying is to fear a little bit less. I am of the belief that one can never truly be completely fearless, that fear is an emotion that is as essential to our being as joy, sadness, empathy, grief, and love. All of our emotions are valuable and serve as a means to grow, a way to navigate our own personal experiences. Fight or flight is rooted in the emotion of fear. Survival, resilience, strength, and perseverance. All those words come to mind when I think of the emotion of fear. I believe when we feel an emotion, express that emotion, and move alongside it while feeling all of its complexities, many of which we want to turn away from, allows us the tools and experiences to then fear a little bit less. Thus, we become equipped with the knowledge that it's okay to feel it in the first place. I used to be of the mindset of I will be fearless. I will be fierce. If I get knocked down, I will get up. I'm not afraid of anything. You cannot hurt me. These statements once served me well, and in truth, there are times when they still do. However, it's the idea of changing how I framed those fears, how I experienced them both on an emotional and physical level, and how that allowed me to grow. The group other resonates with me. Those who seem to exist on the fringes of society's norms. Those who are often scapegoats for society's woes, as if it is our fault. The society norms of which I personally believe are out of touch, narrow, restricting, unkind, and fueled by fear and division. I embrace full-heartedly and with great pride identifying as other. As a woman, my gender identification has hampered me at times. Yes, as someone who is disabled, my disability has presented challenges at times. Yes, as a member of the LGBTQ+ community, I have experienced the hate, the isolation, and the pains of being not accepted by those you love at times. Yes, I cannot hide my gender. True. But, as a woman, I have a responsibility to all women. All colors, shapes, sizes, sexual preferences, and religious backgrounds, to raise them up. To do so in love and in sisterhood. Although I am proud of the 100th anniversary of the 19th Amendment and of all the women who fought for that to be a reality, I am incredibly mindful of the fact that it wasn't until many, many years later that we were able to bring our Black, Brown, Asian, and Native American sisters with us to the voting booth. With my gender comes a responsibility to leave no woman behind. I can easily hide my disability. My ostomy sits proudly under my clothes the majority of the time. My autoimmune diseases, for the most part, minus my hair, are hidden deep inside the cellular makeup of my body. And yes, I can hide my sexuality, if I choose to. My skin is not rainbow in color. Many of those who are of the other category can't hide these things. And why should they? Why should any of us? During this time of COVID, part of my other is being at high risk based on my medical conditions and having been at home since March. Fear has been a part of this experience, a large part of this experience. Fear of what could happen to me if I were to contract the virus. Fear that my health would deteriorate within weeks of not having all these treatments I am accustomed to year after year by my holistic health team. Fear of the loss of income and of clients as a small woman business owner. Fear of what would happen to my beloved animal companions if I were to not be here tomorrow. Fear of what could happen to my parents, to my brother, to my nieces, my family members, and my friends. Fear for my state, for my country, for my planet, as I watched it begin to implode, to spiral downward. Yes, I watched. I listened. I felt all the emotions. My nation and our world struggling to breathe. Not only with this pandemic, but within our own selves. I took time to go deeper, to reflect, to consider, to reconsider. We have lots of time. How are you using yours? How does one fear a little bit less during such unprecedented times? Times of great loss of life. Times of continued racial unrest. Social structures and capitalism that systematically hurts those who are seen as other. Black, brown, trans, LGBTQ, Native Americans, and women. Times of such division, of such fear-mongering, of such sadness, discomfort, anger, and for some, absolute isolation and despair. How does one fear a little bit less? I believe by feeling all of those emotions that I just listed and all those emotions unlisted allows an individual, a community, a world to move forward while still experiencing truth, understanding, empathy, forgiveness, and most importantly, transformation. How we respond is key. How I respond is with love. I face my history. I face myself as a compassionate listener, growing as an individual through uncomfortable conversations, educating others and educating myself, moving the conversations forward by being respectful, mindful of others' perspectives, experiences, and processing information in a way that allows for less fear, more empathy, and a transformation of social situations and institutions and norms that have crippled us for far, far too long. I personally long for the day when I no longer hear people say things like, I don't see color. I have a gay friend. My neighbor's kid is transgender. My aunt married a Muslim. My roommate in college was disabled. Oh, I have lots of black and brown friends. I even went to a gay wedding once. Fearing less, to me, would mean acceptance. Fearing less, to me, means not fearing other. Fearing less would mean building everyone up, embracing and celebrating our truths and our identities. I see your beautiful skin color. I see your gorgeous love for one another. I see your triumphs. I see your struggles. I see your beauty both inside and out. And I'm here to work alongside you, together, in equality and in love. Please keep looking deeper. Please keep asking the tough questions. And please keep fearing a little bit less. But most importantly, please keep spiraling up.